You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast, hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.
Nah, that's real.
No, TikTok is like the new YouTube, bro. Like it's like you know how many recipes I got from TikTok? Like recipes, like workout regimens, like
Man, I've been looking at videos from the resort that I'm going to next month. Like, it's crazy. It's I feel like TikTok is like the new search engine.
Yeah.
Like you would whatever you trying to search for real quick. Like if you go to Google, like go to TikTok because they got something on it. Like
yeah,
that's dope. That's dope as hell to me.
Have you seen the shake challenge?
The shake challenge.
Yeah.
Like shake SHAKE.
Yeah. Oh no,
it's a song associated with it.
Well, it's people are using R. Kelly's song "Shake" featuring Ludacris. It's like from I forgot what album. I think it's the Black Panties album. Don't quote me on that.
Mm-hmm.
But they made a TikTok dance challenge to it.
Wow. Well, I guess I'll be looking at that.
It's just funny, right? Because I thought he was canceled.
Come on now.
Like honestly, none of that money goes to him, so I'm not really. I still don't understand why people are so upset. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what he did is heinous. Like I know, but he's paying for those crimes.
Right.
And he's gonna get charged again, like what you told me, right? Like he got some other stuff.
Oh yeah, he got some other stuff coming from like another state or something.
So people just mad at the people doing the dance. Like I was like, hey, look.
I think people like to piggyback off what other people say. Like nobody's really thinking for themselves when it comes to these types of things. Like you said, he's not getting paid from these
he
TikTok challenges.
And listen, nobody's condoning what R. Kelly did.
Right. By playing his music.
By dancing in a 15-second clip. I don't know.
Right.
R. Kelly wasn't the real thing.
It wasn't.
It's not.
Because he not muted in real life or online. Like, for real.
Y'all just bad. Y'all just be typing shit. And that's and when I say those things, it almost feels like people just feel like I'm endorsing it. No, I'm just saying how silly y'all sound. Like, it's just like, we understand it. The nigga's in jail. What else do you want?
Hey, man. I told you, people just like to, whatever they see, people just regurgitate it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Tragic, but it is what it is.
Man, what?
Anyway, let's get to it. Welcome to another episode of Oversaturated, the podcast, where we discuss music, movies, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ralph.
Welcome to episode number 158.
158. And I'm simply Ralph Wiggum this week.
Damn, that's funny. Like Chief Wiggum from Simpsons?
Yeah.
That's dope. All right, I love it. New listeners, please follow us on all social media. Facebook, just search Oversaturated the podcast. Twitter is Oversat Podcast. Instagram is Oversat the podcast. And our email is oversatpodcast@gmail.com. And please be sure to check out our website, oversatthepod.com. Anything you need to know about OS is there.
Yes, sir. And if you want to follow us individually, I'm the Mind of Ralph on Instagram and Twitter.
On Twitter, I'm JON2_B. On Instagram, I'm JBS_ESL_AAMU. Oh, follow us on TikTok too. I forgot. I have to put that in a rotation. Follow us on TikTok, Oversaturated the podcast.
Yes, sir. Johnny, bro.
My guy.
How you doing, man? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm feeling all right. It's raining. Like, it's not like the super heavy rain we had like a month or so ago. It's just a light, consistent rain. Got me feeling real sultry a little bit. So now it's good.
Whoa, it was a little spicy. A little spicy.
Damn.
Like a little sultry. Hey, yo.
But no, I'm I don't know. I'm taking it in. I'm just moving in slow motion, man. Just trying to be present because I feel like I just been on the go. I'm ready for vacation, man.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, we talked about it. Like you'll have it soon enough. It'll be here quicker than you know, right?
Word.
But now, kind of same thing. Just coasting, man. Like I had a nice long weekend, as we discussed. There's just a lot going on. The wife went to Vegas to see Usher at his residency. She said it's probably one of the best concerts you'll ever go to.
That's awesome, man.
Like Usher put on a phenomenal show. though, and they actually extended his show again. Like they doing like his 4th installment now.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Like currently, or a 4th installment is coming?
Coming in 2023.
Oh, it's
like,
lit.
So he does like a run of shows and then takes a break.
Yeah.
And then
coming back.
So it's like top of 2023, like say March to June or something like that.
Okay. I might have to catch it this time. I keep saying it and I keep missing it. So
hey, look, she said it's worth.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
Yeah. No, that's what's up, man. Before we get off the dome, I just I was in I went to karaoke last night, and I just want to ask you like a situational question, right? So like what would you do if you and a wife, y'all get invited out to go to karaoke?
Yeah.
It's like your wife's friends, people or whatever.
Yeah.
So y'all out kicking it, but like everybody that's in the karaoke room is like being all stiff and like they don't want to participate. It's kind of weird and kind of awkward. Like, how do you navigate that?
Like,
because it's karaoke, so
it's like you already should come in with the anticipation just to have fun and let loose.
Yeah.
I think people want to go in there and be lounge singers and shit. So maybe that's what it is. People don't want them laughing at my voice. Like,
but no, I mean, like people that's just like literally not participating. Like they sitting there on their phone. They don't want to grab the mic.
Sometimes you just chalk that up to the group of people. Sometimes the energy just ain't there. Man.
True.
Sometimes it's just like
I'm not
that.
mad at that.
Because sometimes you can go with a completely different group of people and it's lit. It's love.
Super lit, yeah.
Everybody picking songs. Everybody singing along. Like it's that type of vibe. But sometimes it's just.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like it's weird because when you in it and the vibe is not right, it's like, I don't want to be rude and leave, but it's I don't want to stay here.
And then sometimes it's hard being the person that pulls the energy up in the room.
And see, that's what I was about to ask next. It's like, not saying it's you, but even if it is you, like, what do you say to the person that's trying to get the energy up? Like, is that lame or is that like
no?
What?
You trying to get like, hey, what's up?
Like what's happening?
It depends on how the energy comes off, and the type. And you probably got to pick the right song. You gotta get the right song. Also true.
Like you got to know the audience, read the room. Type
you gotta know. You gotta know what you're working with, and then Nah, the wife be like, "No, you being too friendly, nigga. Sit down." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right,
that's funny,
right? Especially if it is not my people. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. Now that's definitely a factor.
Else too.
That's a
like,
factor.
I don't know none of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the I don't know none of these things.
Yeah. But I don't want to see her just look at them being stupid either.
But the problem, and I think with that situation, is on the host.
Okay.
Whoever invited all these people. You should have thought about the personalities.
Nah, that's real too. And that's my issue with like mixing friend groups, because I feel like I have a lot of different friend groups and I know who would mesh with who, because this friend group could be the nerd group where we go do our con shit. Then I got my accounting group where it's all business talk and they don't really know. So
and then you have me.
But see, I have a friend group that's well rounded. They can do all that. So
I'm really
yeah, no, real talk, real talk. So yeah, it's like you, as the host, you should know who you can mix and mingle together.
Well,
right?
I mean, you have to be you have to have discernment about your friends. Like you have to understand personality types
and be real about it too.
Be real about it. So
yeah.
No, I don't think. Yeah, some people just don't know how to be party host in that way.
I guess so. That's funny. But nah, man, you want to get to it?
Yes, sir. Off the dome. I got one for you.
All right.
I think you gotta like this, but you gonna have to think, bro. So I'm gonna give you my answer because I know you got to
oh
think.
Lord,
right?
I should have went first.
Okay. Sometimes, no, listen. You'll like the question though. Sometimes you ever watch a movie and you was like, "Hey, man, I think that something like this could happen in real life." So I'm basically asking you, do you think there's a movie plot that has actually come true before, or you can see happening in real life? Now I'm gonna give you my answer, right?
Okay.
Now remember, have you seen? Well, I know you've seen Demolition Man before, right?
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone. Now this movie was, he was like a '90s cop, but he got frozen and then he went to the future. It was like 2036, right? Mm-hmm. But so much stuff had changed in the future. They were so polite. He couldn't cuss. Like, they couldn't curse, right? Every time he cursed, he got a violation. I see life getting like that. Like, we so PC.
Yeah, nope,
you can't say nothing. Like,
I can see that.
anytime he cursed, he was like, that's a violation. And then
nah, that's real.
So I was just like,
I like that.
Something like
that's
that.
Hard. That's hard. Honestly, the first thing that came to my mind. You ever seen the movie The Day After Tomorrow?
Yeah.
I think we kind of hit
climate change.
Hey,
I love disaster movies, so you was right on my alley with that.
First, it's a phenomenal movie. I love that movie. First of all, second of all, I just read an article a few weeks ago that's saying by 2030, the average summer temperature in the Midwest and the South is going to be 125 degrees.
I can believe it.
Like that's 8 years from now. Like that's nuts to really think about. So I don't think it's too far fetched for a really bad winter storm to like just sweep through the nation. Like I don't think that's too crazy to really think about. And it may happen on the tail end of our lives or, sometime after we pass on, but I really do think something like that is going to happen at some point in the future. So, yeah.
No, I'm with you on that.
Nah, that's what's up. All right, so for my Off the Dome, since it's Labor Day weekend,
okay.
Labor Day, I think, is like the unofficial ending of summer. Like Memorial Day is the unofficial beginning of summer, right?
Yeah.
So even though it's raining here in St. Louis, hopefully somewhere in the country, there's good weather where people can have cookouts and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you about cookout etiquette. What's like your biggest pet peeve when it comes to cookouts?
Well, was all being contributed, right? Mm-hmm. Did everybody kind of put in the fair share so everybody can kind of have a great experience? Like, hey, if you go be the ice person, you better bring enough ice.
Right, yeah, bring enough ice to last for the
BYOB, everybody bring your own drink because I ain't got time to supply that shit.
Facts.
Food, I would make sure that everybody has like an adequate amount of options. Like, I know everybody don't do beef or certain,
right?
Things.
Vegans, vegetarians, and stuff in the family.
And you get a Boca burger. That's it. Like we ain't doing all that extra stuff. Like,
we got a pack of Beyond Meat, and we're gonna throw that on the grill on the side.
And there's only 4 of them, so
right. We'll cook them first.
Right. They will cook first.
We're not gonna cross contaminate.
Exactly. So,
that's funny.
But I was just saying, like, just make sure it's adequate amounts of like a good, nice amount of things for everybody to enjoy. That's all I'm real big on.
Got you. For me, I don't really like it when like the games get too out of hand. Like Spade's gonna get out of hand at some point. Spade's gonna get out of hand. There's liquor involved. Like I get it's all about the competition and all that shit. I'm a competitor myself, but like all the slamming and all that come with playing spades, I ain't really for that. I'm not really for that. I don't like it. I feel like it brings down the morale of the party. I don't know. I just that part of the cookout to me is just like when you get to the games and the games get too rowdy.
Yeah,
I don't really feel that.
It can mess up a function like dominoes, spades, whatever your game of choice is. Hell, even horseshoes can get out of the
man.
way.
What? Man, the bean bags, all that shit. Yeah,
so
man.
You can get out here. No, I'm playing Connect Four and went left. You know what I'm talking about?
See, Connect Four.
Hey,
like
man.
That's crazy.
Hey.
Primary colors. God, we tripping over primary colors?
Yeah.
Like that's nuts.
Pretty much.
No, I'm cool. That's insane.
Hey, people, that was Off the Dome. What movie plot can you see actually becoming true?
And then what are some of your cookout etiquette pet peeves? Let us know.
Yes, sir, man. OS Gang, family, and kinfolk. What's happening?
We
got a few things on the docket. First thing first, let's start here. Rest in peace to Pat Stay. Some may not know him. He is a very famous battle rapper out of Nova Scotia, Canada. He actually passed away this morning. Okay. Late last night.
Yeah.
One of the
other.
One
of them.
But Johnny, what do you have for this?
So first of all, rest in peace to Pat Stay. Condolences to his family. Icon, legend in battle rap.
Yeah.
The circumstances around him passing is what's the most unfortunate.
Yeah.
Like he was out kicking it. So from what I heard, from what I read, he was out in a club kicking it at home, like in his hometown, kicking it, and just in the club just got stabbed. Like that's crazy to me. I don't know why. I don't know who did it. I don't know any of those details. But the fact that even happened while he's out enjoying himself, it's what's insane.
Yeah, in his hometown, that's crazy. Like you never really hear about too many things from Nova Scotia, Canada.
Right.
Like you never really do. But he carved a lane for himself in battle rap and became an international superstar just off the strength of his ability. So salute to him for being damn near what you would say a pioneer in his style. His style definitely is very, very unique, very witty, very funny. Can still rap, still has a element that doesn't seem too corny. That's why I didn't, like that's why his style kind of translates us across so many aisles. Like he did URL, he's been King of the Dot, he's been RBE, like he's been on all the major platforms and never slacked in any of his performances.
Right, and what's also wild about this is the fact that I think you told me he's 36.
Yes,
like that's only a year off from our Ralph and our ages, right?
Yeah.
To think somebody around our age is out kicking it with I'm assuming with his people, and just
get stabbed
all of a sudden out of nowhere, like that's crazy to think about, man. It's just,
and you would think Pat kind of has like a Teflon type of feel at home, like you feel like things like that wouldn't happen to him at home.
Yep.
But then again, how many times have we seen rappers
just about to say that, man?
Something happened to them
at home, man. Just about to say that. It just goes to show you, like, no matter who you are, what you achieve, the level of success you have, you always have to be careful. You always have to be
Very
careful.
much so.
And it's unfortunate that you got to keep your head on the swivel no matter where you at, especially at home.
Yeah.
But you have to be aware of your surroundings and just be careful, man.
But yeah, me and Johnny are definitely big battle rap fans, so we would have been remiss to not even talk about this.
Word.
But so the battle rap community is definitely at a loss. We're definitely mourning. We're feeling for our fallen brother, and we're fans, and everything. Everybody feels it. So rest in peace and condolences to his family. I'm not sure if he had kids.
I'm not sure,
but that's just very nasty, man.
Man, word. So yeah, again, rest in peace to Pat Stay, and condolences to his family and friends, man.
Yep.
Crazy.
Speaking of attack on rappers, we have a Fulton County DA in Georgia who's said she's openly going to use rap lyrics in her RICO cases. Fannie Willis addressed that she will be targeting members of the hip hop community by doing using these lyrics in RICO cases. Johnny,
Fannie.
Your thoughts?
Fannie. Of course, her name is Fannie.
Jesus.
So when I first saw this headline, you know what I immediately thought about?
What up?
Jay-Z and Meek Mill, were they not working on like getting a law or something passed that's saying that you can't use rap lyrics in a trial?
Yeah.
Now I don't know if that was like federal or what.
Yeah.
But these Fannie is doing state cases, right?
Yeah. This is Georgia. So
okay, so this is just the state of Georgia.
Yeah.
And you would think some of the legislation from the federal would like trickle down to the states, but our whole country's governmental system is kind of out of whack. But I don't know which way I'm leaning toward more, but I can kind of see both sides. It's like rap is an entertainment platform, right? So probably a lot of the things that people say in their raps are falsified, but you have those off chances where this shit is real. And to me, I think if it's real, it's really stupid for you to actually rap about it.
Yeah,
I do feel like that's stupid. So I can see how she can use. I see why she wants to use these rap lyrics in her case, because it's evident. The evidence is right there, and you're glorifying it, right?
You know what it is about this. The only thing, the reason why it hurts so bad is because she's black. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it hurts. Like, it hurts. It's like, come on, sis. Like, what you doing? But you represent the blue wall. Like, you represent that. And if you represent justice and trying to get, things accomplished, that's one way to do it. But it just always feels like there's this large attack on hip hop. I know some of these things are outliers, like, people actually committing crimes and then rapping about them. But everything, it's like I get the whole two-side thing. It's just so disheartening. Like, I'm just taken aback by it. I'm just hurt. Like, I'm hurt.
Now, what honestly would be nasty about this is if, like, for these RICO cases, if the lyrics that are used in court have absolutely nothing to do with the case that's at hand.
Well, it depends. Like, yeah, I mean, well,
now that'll be the crazy part.
Well, if that's the case, it should be thrown out. But the thing is, if you're using lyrics to kind of paint this broad picture of this person, that's something else. And then most of these people aren't really rappers. The rappers don't do the work.
Also true.
Like, in the whole Young Thug case, because she's not even talking about Young Thug right now, particularly because she has other RICO cases pending.
Right.
So she's talking about stuff that's looming, even though the Young Thug case it hasn't happened yet. He's just been indicted. He's in jail. But just with Young Thug, you know, Young Thug is not shooting anyone. Right.
But he raps about
things like that.
Things like that, and I don't know how detailed he gets in his raps, but I don't know if he said something like, you know, paid the shooter and the shooter came to get the payment. I don't know if he's explicitly saying that. So I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how they can use lyrics to build the cases against the Young Thugs or whoever else they have coming down the pipeline. Because she did say they do have other people coming that that they're going to charge. So I don't know.
It's just a weird thing, man. But I know who's not working on the case: Detective Axel Foley. Eddie Murphy is reprised to bring back his role as Detective Axel Foley in Beverly Hills Cop 4. Johnny, what do you think about this headline?
Who asked for this? Who asked for this, bro? like, okay, I get it. Eddie Murphy is back in his acting bag, and it's easy to reprise roles that he's done in the past because he ain't got to do much research and all that shit. I get it. I'm not mad. It's Eddie Murphy in his 60s, right? Maybe. No?
I don't think he's 60 yet, but he up there. He's up there.
He's at a point in his career where it's easy for him to reprise roles that he's already done, especially some of his most famous roles. So I get it. What's the Netflix joint he did?
Dolomite is my name.
Dolomite. Nah, I think that was like a new character for him.
Well,
which I think he did pretty well.
It's a biopic.
So and I thought it was well received. I enjoyed that movie. So maybe that was the extent of him doing new characters.
Well, it was a biopic. That's not even fair. Like, he's playing a real life person. He's playing Rudy Ray Moore. Like,
but he still had to get in the character.
Well, that's true. I mean, that's true. You still had to embody who Rudy Ray was. But this is nasty. This is I want to see the silver lining in it. No, there's no silver lining in this. Like, Eddie Murphy's just coming back, giving us nostalgia. That's all it is.
I'm telling you, man.
And
you're at that point in his career.
Man, look, bro. Like, Beverly Hills Cop 3 was so bad.
So we don't
exactly. Well, this is the thing, right? Eddie Murphy at that time was like, this was like in the 90s when Eddie Murphy was kind of like in this down some spiral as far as like his box office numbers and things like that. People thought he was done. They was sticking a fork in him. Like,
he started doing shit like Dave. Well, no, that was 2000s, but still.
But listen, like, around the Nutty Professor era, people thought he was done. Even though Nutty Professor is a great movie to us, 100%. I don't think box office wise it did great.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
So Beverly Hills Cop 3 94, like, and that's and the thing is, the first three were made in the first two were made in the 80s. The first one was made in 83. The second one was made in 87. I fuck with both of those.
I definitely fuck with the second one. I actually don't think I've seen the first one. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay. Well, no, and then you don't have I think the guy that plays Taggart is passed. Judge Reinhardt, who played Billy, I think he's still alive. I don't want to be killing nobody.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, when you start doing that, you got to bring in those old characters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I even said that. Like, you got We're Coming to America, right? They went and got everybody else that was in the original film that was alive.
Right.
You know, they still had James Earl Jones there, old as hell, but he was in there.
He was in there.
Yeah, they unfortunately mama not around no more. She passed.
What studio was making this? Do you know?
Let's see. Probably Paramount.
Oh, that would make sense. Wait, Paramount or Amazon?
It doesn't say. It just shows that Eddie Murphy is on set with the Detroit Lions thing. I was like, hey, but I'm pretty sure it's Paramount because I think Paramount owns the rights to those. Oh,
okay, that makes sense.
Because that's what that was his initial movie deal, like Paramount.
Oh, okay, got you. But I'm, hey man, in the decade of not decade, in the times where reboots and remakes are really a thing, I'm not surprised that this is happening.
But this is the nasty part, right? This doesn't work because he's so old now. Like, Axel was a young, fiery cop. That was the part of his character. That was the stick. Now, granted, we talking 30 years later now. You know what I'm saying? Now, I get it, but the fact that he was young, he was defiant, like that was his character.
What's the plot? He coming out of retirement.
Oh, but the thing is, in 2, like I mean, the first 2 are seamless, like as far as like what a original movie and a sequel should be. The third one, we could have left that one alone. Yeah, now we doing the fourth. Like, what is he gonna have a son or something? He gonna be a cop? Like, it's gonna be like how Big Mama's 3 was. Like, remember when you had Charmaine and shit?
Oh
like,
my god!
You remember how bad that was?
I do.
Exactly.
That's crazy. I wonder if this is gonna be like. So I haven't seen Top Gun Maverick, but I know the plot is like they got these top pilots going to some type of war or something, but then they got Tom Cruise's character to come in and train them because Tom Cruise was the guy that that was defiant and all that. I wonder if this is going to be something similar where they need him to come in and help with a case like all these years later because he's so defiant that he's the only one that can actually do it.
Well, if you want to use the Top Gun thing, I ain't got no point. I have nothing to rebuttal with that. I just know, but we going off of what the money they put in the Top Gun is different than the money they gonna put into the Beverly Hills Cop 4.
This shit going straight to Paramount Plus.
You see what they did with Coming to America? That shit was on Amazon. Quick,
man.
And then even Dolomite was Netflix only.
Yeah, it was Netflix. But Netflix paid for that. Amazon bought the rights. Yeah, bought the rights to it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, nah. I don't got that for this, man. Shout out to Axel Foley. Like, I don't really. That's what's up, man. I know he ain't finna be doing no stunts. I know that.
That's what I'm saying.
I know that for sure.
Hey, man.
This
is hilarious, man. I have no great segue for this, so we just gonna get straight to it. Pre-Grammy talk, we like talking about the Grammys because they like talking about the Grammys. But the Grammys have come out and said, well, this is like a high-level rumor, but it was definitely reported that Beyoncé and Kendrick Lamar are lead vote getters and becoming album of the year in that category. I'm like, how does that work? Name announce the categories? But Johnny, what do you even think about these 2 projects being nominated for Grammy Album of the Year in 2023?
Honestly, I'm not really that surprised by it.
Yeah.
When Kendrick came out and I listened to it, the double album, like I knew immediately that this would be up for album of the year. Like I did. Yeah. And then it's Beyonce. Yeah. Beyonce could put out Pootie Tang music and she gonna be nominated for album of the year.
So big, I could probably sell a blank.
See, there you go. So, and I mean, not saying Renaissance wasn't a good album because it was, but I'm saying no matter what Beyonce does, she's going to be nominated for something at the Grammys.
Well, yeah, something at the Grammys. But I think this is they're both two critically acclaimed albums, right? We can already say the music critics love both of these projects equally.
Yep.
We don't know what the other genres have put out as far as like top, top nominations for the year. We don't know. This is just this is just to get conversation going. Right? This is just clearly get conversation going to get us talking about the Grammys 4 or 5 months before it happens.
Mm-hmm.
So salute to both of them for being nominated. I would be very shocked if either one of them win because they find a way to just to fuck them both out of the Grammys. Like Beyonce, the only one she really care about is the album of the year. She done got you know how many trophies she got? She just want this one. Like it's just this one that what she care about. Kendrick, Kendrick got a Good Kid, Bad City, and we still mad about that. Like you know what I'm saying?
Because.
Well, they played Beyonce on one too. Like even like Adele was like, I don't know what happened. I like from one. I wouldn't. First of all, Adele, like you're a phenomenal singer, so I wouldn't apologize for shit. You ain't gotta apologize for your white privilege. Like you ain't gotta apologize for that. Like you know what I'm saying? She was up there crying and shit. Like Beyonce.
She can apologize for it. It's cool.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. I didn't know how you felt about it. Cool. I was just like, hey, I don't know me. Y'all ain't gonna get me into apologizing.
I'm all for white privilege apologies. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I promise. Swear to God.
I was just saying, if I was white, I'm like, silly Negro. I'm so silly Negro.
Shit. Damn, that's funny. So, all right. So, I gotta ask you, right? Yeah. Which one of these would you give album of the year to?
Shit.
I gotta ask. We here.
I'll Beyonce, I guess. I don't care if either one of them. That's how, like, I know these albums are good, but they just don't, I just don't visit them in that way because they don't have slappers to me like that. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Like, I like
I'm
Beyonce,
not mad at that.
I like the dance album. I like it. Like, you know what I'm saying? We talked about it off mic. I enjoyed what that was.
Mm-hmm.
I really ain't listened to Kendrick too much since we talked about it, honestly.
Okay.
I know it's good.
I'm not mad at it.
I ain't got time for that right now. Got things going on in my life.
Look. So look, I
Is
think
that bad?
No, not at all. I think so. As of today, I think I would give it to Beyonce too, only because Kendrick's album is a double disc. I'm only listening to the Big Steppers still. Now, if it was just the Big Steppers as an album and not a double disc joint, then he would different conversation.
Okay, say less then.
So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I'm still listening to the Big Steppers, like I really am. Yeah. I'm not really listening to Beyonce like that because I ain't always in a dancing mood. So, and I'm only playing that with women around. So,
but I know what that vibe is for. So
right, exactly. So, I'm not surprised that both of these are
to be nominated.
Yeah,
it's so crazy. Like we talking about to be nominated.
To be nominated, and they pushed the Grammys back like 3 times this year. So who knows if they gonna do that shit again next year? The Grammys wasn't until like May or some shit this year. Yeah, usually it's in February, the week after the Super Bowl. So
you said FUPA Bowl. FUPA Bowl.
I did not see that. So you gotta relax.
FUPA Bowl. That's the name of the
episode.
FUPA Bowl.
FUPA Bowl. No, it's lit. You gotta let me write that down. You gotta remember that shit. FUPA Bowl. I love
that.
It
is wild.
Yeah, that's nasty as hell.
I know, real nasty. But hey, speaking of a nasty video, let's talk about this. Kendrick Lamar drops the video for "We Cry Together."
Not nasty. That's funny.
It was nasty. Johnny. We was just talking about Kendrick. Let's stay right here on Kendrick.
Stay on point.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey man, they have been teasing this video for a while, like at least 2 months. So I watched the video. Well, first of all, we cry together. I still love that song. I don't play it as much anymore, but I still love that song. With this video, I think it makes me like the song even more. I think the way that they shot it, the way that they portrayed it, I think it was phenomenal. With them actually rapping the words and not them lip syncing over the track for the video, I thought was dope as hell. I actually saw a tweet from Taylor Page saying that they did all of that in one take. Like they didn't, like it was one camera that just moved around the whole time and they did everything in one take. Off the chain. Like that's dope. That is super dope. Like I really enjoyed the video. I enjoyed it.
Video dope. I mean, I'm gonna get these jokes. Like I thought it looked like Insecure for a second. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm not mad at that.
But that's how relatable some of the conversation is. Even though it's an argument, it's still kind of crazy to see it play out. It was still wild listening to it the first time, and then
of course,
you know. Seeing it play out, kind of, you know, Insecure baby boy feel, like, you know what I'm saying, somewhere up in there, somewhere in between that, it was there. But, yeah, I mean, I think the video is dope. I mean, Kendrick always kind of gives you a great visual with his song, and then like just by that, you know, by that metric, I mean, hey, Kendrick, you got it. Like I don't know what to say. Like Kendrick, you got it, bro.
It's funny because, like, even before the video came out and just listening to the song, I imagined them in like a dim, somewhat dirty apartment arguing, and the fact that
little did you know,
like the fact that they actually shot it in a set constructed just like what I envisioned listening to the song, I thought it was dope. Yeah, man, I thought this was great. I really do appreciate the fact that they just let the beat play and they actually. It was like a play, like a short film, short play. Yeah. Do you remember the Lyricist Lounge show?
It's been a while.
It was like a sketch comedy show, but every sketch was like to a beat. I think so. I think it was. Okay. This is kind of what it reminded me of.
Okay.
So seeing that was dope. It's like they're portraying like you said, like an insecure scene to a beat. And like it seems like it was just a really dope scene. Like this was great, man. It was great. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Now, am I going back to watch it? Probably not. Because who really watches music videos?
I don't know. Yeah, that and then the ending is wild. Like for that, I can go to another website for that. Like,
yo, real FUPA Bowl, huh? I gave myself a call. But that's great.
That's great.
But it's true.
Hey, man, we got some blurred topic, blurred news, blurred segment for you, whatever, man. Marvel Studios just dropped a bombshell. It's not confirmed just yet, but a very reliable source at Marvel Studios says that they have hired some top name actors to come over to the MCU. We can start with, it's so many of them here, but we go get to the ones that we really, really know and enjoy. John Boyega, Henry Cavill, John Krasinski, Giancarlo Esposito, and Denzel Washington. Johnny!
Denzel Washington.
Johnny!
That's crazy.
What do you have for this?
Yo, this list is nuts, right? So this
is nasty. We you know what? Sidebar. We gonna get to this. No, you know how many times we debate about goddamn big name actors, then they just went and got everybody? Like what? Who else? Like the MCU is so large and vast. How many more people can you go get?
If they continue through phase 10, every actor in Hollywood would be in the MCU because they gonna have to keep pulling people. They gonna have to, because if you don't, some of these actors gonna have to start playing multiple roles. Now they're gonna be in scenes by themselves. It's gonna be them in the scene like Nutty Professor, but it's gonna be different people. Imagine Denzel Washington as 3 different characters in the MCU.
I'm not. No. What?
Hercules in the MCU. Hercules.
Hey, come on, man. Back to it, man. Back to it.
All right, look, we already talked about Giancarlo.
Yeah.
Esposito.
Yeah.
So y'all go back and listen to that. Denzel Washington, my guy. Denzel Washington in the MCU.
I don't know, man. Like, I love, man. I don't know about this one.
You don't know?
I don't know about this one, man. So of course, he wouldn't take a character that didn't make sense. What you think he'll be like the Watcher or something?
No, but I wouldn't be mad at that.
Okay.
So from a rumor that I saw, Denzel is supposed to play Magneto, and then Giancarlo is playing Professor X. That's the rumor. I doubt that's true, only because of their ages. I doubt that's true. I personally can't see Denzel as a Magneto. I don't think I can see that.
This is the thing, right?
Say it.
No. X-Men have been famously based off the Civil Rights era,
This is
right?
true. This is true.
So are we going to retool and rework maybe their origin stories in the MCU? Because we know that, Magneto's from Germany or something? He's a Holocaust survivor.
Right, yep.
So how do you rework that? And then Holocaust, that's hella old at this point, because Sir Ian McKellen is old as fuck. Like, he was old as fuck when he played Magneto.
It's true.
He was old as shit.
Both of them.
Then. Like,
both of them. Yeah.
What?
That's true.
Patrick Stewart finally looking like he cracking down. Like, he's like, hey, yo, you looking old, my boy.
Yeah, they
still. But no, I mean, dope. I guess. Like, if that's to be true, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be like smitten by it, but I ain't for it either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
It's cool if that's what you do. But that was what I was saying. I was like, hey, you might want to get somebody big in this role. Like, it's like you can't. How can you miss what happened Denzel and Magneto? But then again, he ain't got to do no action. All he doing is this.
Facts. No, that's funny.
He levitate.
That's funny. So, as accomplished as an actor as Denzel is, like I feel like he has to play the human version of like a Celestial or like the Living Tribunal or some shit like that, or the Watcher. Like you said.
I see what you mean.
Like
some type of.
I literally cannot see.
action.
I cannot see him as Magneto or any of those types of.
But then again, he did the Equalizer. That's action.
Man, what? And I think they doing a third one.
Come on, man.
He was in the.
Come on, man.
He was in the.
Come on, man. Man on Fire. Booker Eli. No. All right.
Nah, he was fucking shit up in Booker.
I know.
He was.
Now, granted, those probably about.
That was hella ago, right?
Now, granted, those probably like 15 years ago when he made.
That's what I'm saying.
Eli about to be like 2007.
Hey, man.
That is wild.
We're not doing that type of shit now.
Hey, man, what about John Boyega, man? I'm surprised it took him this long to get over the MCU. I think he got a lifetime contract with Disney because he already with Star Wars.
I just saw a clip of him not too long ago saying that he wanted to steer away from the MCU because he wanted to play, he said, meaningful roles.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I don't fault him for saying that. So to see his name on this list is kind of crazy.
But that was always the conversation I think that me and you had about actors in superhero films of yesteryear, right? They like superhero films, or they're cheesy, they lack context, blah blah blah, woo woo woo. Well, we started to see superheroes have depth and conversations about their mental health and like really have layers written to them. So now you getting these actors coming in doing this thing, and then not to mention you got Superman, nigga. What? Like, how does that work? Like, they can't. Another strike against DC. Like, how you
fumble that?
Okay, y'all ain't got Man of Steel 2 popping, but y'all let Marvel come in and snatch your mans.
And you know what's super crazy about that? Henry Cavill is rumored. First of all, he's supposed to be in season 2 of Loki.
Okay.
Second of all,
that's confirmed.
Oh, they filmed. Wait, you talking about him being in Loki or Loki season 2?
No, he's gonna be in Loki season 2.
That's what I don't know if that's confirmed or not. That's what I heard.
Okay.
But they're actually supposed to like announce. They're announcing these actors and actresses at D23, which is Disney's like event every year where they like announce new movies and shit.
Yeah.
So they're actually going to announce what projects these actors are going to be in. So from what I heard, Henry Cavill is supposed to be in season 2 of Loki. He's playing a character called Hyperion. Hyperion in the MCU is almost the equivalent of Superman. Same powers, all that. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part.
Marvel, y'all dirty, man. I swear to God,
that's nuts.
Marvel is nasty for this.
That's
man.
Nuts. But I don't think they nasty for it. DC is nasty for fumbling it. When did Man of Steel came out? Oh, I feel like over 10 years ago. We've only seen Henry Cavill as Superman in Batman versus Superman, Justice League. What I'm missing?
And Man of Steel.
I meant after Man of Steel, but yeah.
Or if you want to count the Shazam cameo.
See, no, because that wasn't him.
Oh, okay.
That's why they ain't show his face.
Gotcha.
So that's nuts. That's insane. That is insane. And then we got my guy John Krasinski. I had to make sure I pronounce his name right. Who played Mr. Fantastic? Well, they called him Reed Richards. They played Reed Richards in Multiverse of Madness, which I imagine he's just going to be our MCU's version of Reed Richards. So that makes perfect sense to me. But then we got two women as well, Jodie Comer, I don't know, and then Daisy Edgar Jones. One of them is going to be playing Sue Storm from Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I wasn't too familiar with them, so
me
I didn't want to speak.
And that's just a guess for me.
And see, they snuck in what's your girl that was at the end of what's her name? Charlize Theron. They snuck her in and got, she playing
the Multiverse of Madness. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, we ain't get no announcement for that.
Random as hell, right?
It was just random. I'm like, oh, she's in there now. God damn.
You know what I just thought about? What if John Boyega is playing the Thing from Fantastic Four?
I ain't mad at that at all.
I can see that.
I'm not. He look like him right now. He
Yo,
ain't got a morph.
It's facts. It's facts. But no, I could see that. So I don't even know when D23 is, but I'm glued to my computer when it does come out, when it airs, because I need to see all this.
Yeah, this is gonna be lit, man.
Damn, I'm trying to see the date, but
September
I can't.
9th,
September 9th.
10th and 11th. So soon.
Oh, this weekend coming up. Bet. Say less.
See?
Say less. That's crazy though. Denzel though, I gotta see who Denzel playing. What movie gonna be?
But Giancarlo, like, he was the one that was like, hey, yeah, I'm up for 3 roles. Like, I don't know which one I'm gonna take. Like, he was talking this shit. Like, I ain't mad at him though.
Shit, me either.
I ain't mad at him though, man.
He's the one actor in Denzel, or the 2 actors that can pick. Like, fam, I want to do this. I want to be this character.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, say less.
Yeah.
Say less.
I think I'm more excited for Giancarlo than actually Denzel. I wouldn't.
Same,
because obviously we already talked about Giancarlo and the possibility, because he's such a Swiss Army knife when it comes to acting. It's just like, he can be good or bad, but we prefer him to be a villain. But he probably gonna be Professor X. I think that's what it sounds like. I think that's what we lean into.
I could see that because he won't need to do much action. He won't have to do much action. Shit, any action really. It's all dialogue, and I'm with it.
Yep,
dialogue and do this. That's much, it. I'm with all the smoke, man.
I love it, man. Man, we still here in this bird bed. Johnny said I could talk about House of Dragon for y'all real quick, so I'm gonna talk about that. Like, it's only real quick. I ain't got too much for it, but no, House of Dragon is clearly the spinoff, the prequel to Game of Thrones. Y'all know me. I recently became a Game of Thrones fan over the past few months, year or whatever. Like, ran through all 8 seasons. So I'm
in like 2 months, right?
Something crazy like
that's
that.
Nuts.
That's crazy. Like, he ran through that joint too. But House of Dragon is the prequel. I'll say this: there are callbacks and Easter eggs to what's coming. In the later in the timeline, because this show starts 150 years before the actual events of the show.
Got you.
But there's small Easter eggs in it. Like, what I'm saying? But if you just want to watch it, it's there. Now, me and Johnny go back and forth on, he's like, nah, that's too much for me. It's too much for me.
Listen,
like, I am good, my boy.
Listen, I watched that first episode of Game of Thrones way back when it first started coming out. I was like, I think 15 minutes in, I was like, I'm cool.
I know.
And never went back.
I know. I get it. It's
never went back.
Like how we talk, like how I talk about Dragon Ball Z.
Yep. I know.
That's you got it. Shit. You got it.
That's real shit.
You got it.
I'm going to listen to your recaps.
But
cool.
This sets up the Targaryen Civil War. There's a king. I'm not going to start quoting names right now because I'm still trying to figure out people's names, right? But the Targaryens were like the it family in Westeros, and you have him, like you have the king who's pretty much dying of a slow like disease eating at him. So he has to pick an heir. He has a daughter and he has a brother.
Okay. So
there's never been a queen before, and he's trying to make a son so his son can be the heir. But you got a brother like Scar over here, like menacing. Like he want the crown. So everybody wants to be the king. Everybody wants to be the leader and sit on the Iron Throne. So you get a lot of action, a lot of Hey, it's so much real nigga shit that happens with the King's English in this show. I was just saying, people get stabbed. It be dragons. Like, it's lit. Like, I'm sorry, man.
No, turn up. It low key kind of sound like Harry Potter.
The only thing is Harry Potter is never this lit. Like I tried to watch Harry Potter. No, it ain't like this. And it's definitely not Lord of the Rings. Not that.
That's different. That's a whole nother level.
Yeah. Now you're a nerd. You watch Lord of the Rings. you're not a nerd. You watch.
Listen to this guy.
You're not a nerd if you watch Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones so lit. Like them dragons. Like, hey, it's so much treachery. It's so much sex. It's so much. It's like death.
See, so much death. I'm not mad at the sex and death part. It's the sex with your family that is fucking me up.
I know, man. It's wild.
See,
it's wild,
that's what
man.
I'm saying.
That's I know.
I love a good dragon fight. I love that, but you got to get around that.
Yeah, the main in the, like, there's no incest in this show from what I've been seeing. Like, but no, it happens because that's just what they did to keep the bloodline strong in those times. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, for royalty purposes. And they was like they keep trying for boys. Like, he killed his queen to have a boy. Like, it was like the version of a C-section in that time.
Oh, okay.
So he was like, "Is it a boy?"
Get him on
you
out.
Like, go cut him out. And then so he watched his wife die while he was cutting. Yeah, they cut the baby out.
That's crazy.
Because she lost. Like, back then, there's no preservation of blood and things like that. Right. So modern medicine is like you talking about primitive as fuck. They got, and then their version of morphine is called milk of the poppy. I think that shit is so funny.
Milk of the poppy. I love it.
Milk of the poppy. Hey, man, this where we got Kit Harington from, who about to be our Black Knight. He was Jon Snow, real nigga.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, because that was a thing. It was like, it was his character and another character that were both in Game of Thrones, but they met up in Eternals.
The Eternals.
Yeah, look, tripping. But no, all right. So let me ask you: do you need to watch Game of Thrones in order to watch House of the Dragon?
Only I would say because it was only the one of the main characters in the main show. She was the last living of that family. She's the last Targaryen.
Got you.
Now, it shows how that family broke down just to get to her.
Okay.
Or at least, so much, whatever. But the Targaryens, like, they're like the Hatchers. Like, they're the ones that are the dragon riders. Those are the ones that have the most prestige. And they're the most, quote unquote, fiery, no pun intended, because of the dragon. But they just like that.
Got you. I'm not mad at that. Well, yeah. Well, Ralph will bring y'all analysis every week when new episodes.
But right now, it's kind of building the world right now. It's only on episode 2. This episode comes out. Like, we're recording this before episode 3 airs later on. So,
right.
You'll be getting my recaps a week after.
You're going to listen anyway, so it's fine.
We appreciate you guys, man.
But before we get to Song of the Week, I do want to say or give a farewell to Serena.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, hit the round of applause. Serena Williams, her tennis career has come to an end. She lost in the 3rd round of the U.S. Open. Played a hell of a match. The first 2 matches were great as well. She was moving way better than I anticipated. I ain't gonna lie to you. She's a fighter. She played to the end as she always does, and man, I teared up after that last point she lost, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, it's crazy, like, seeing Serena at, I think, 41 years old play the way that she played against other top women tennis players in the world. Like, to see her compete to the very last point at that age is amazing. So I just want to give my personal farewell to Serena. It's been an honor to watch her in her career as I've grown to love tennis myself. A black woman, just lovely, man. I love it, man. So again, shout out to Serena Williams. Hell of a tennis career, man. Hell of a tennis career. Yeah. So I just wanted to throw that out there because
man.
For real though, like, legend, icon, all of that, man. So again, shout out to Serena.
But yeah, man, we have reached clearly the end of our docket. It was so much here, but we appreciate you guys for listening to us. Johnny, what you got for him?
If you're on YouTube, we appreciate you for rocking with us this long. Please hit the like button, share, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the comment section. Let us know what you think about any of the topics that we discussed today. We'll catch y'all next week. She-Hulk reviews are on YouTube exclusively, so make sure y'all check that out on our YouTube page, Oversaturated the podcast. And if you're still on audio, baby, you know what time it is.
Song of the week.
All right, man. So since I was talking about cookouts earlier and it's the weekend.
You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast, hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.